Hello there, I'm Said Safikani, and today I will share our study on exploring the application of virtual reality in mechanical engineering education. First, let's set the stage. Hands on labs are critical in engineering education. They let students translate theory into practice. Yet, lab access can be restricted by cost, space, or scheduling. Our goal was to explore whether an affordable VR solution can bridge some of these gaps and deliver a rich, interactive assembly experience. Using game elements like levels, feedback, and rewards has shown to boost student motivation and collaboration. VR takes this further by immersing learners in a 3D environment where they can physically manipulate virtual parts. Prior work suggests VR enhances spatial understanding and safe experimentation. However, it needs to be checked in a real-world condition of learning. We structured our study around three core questions. First of all, engagement. Does VR make the assembly process more engaging compared to the lecture? Second, effectiveness. Are learners more successful in assembling and combustion engine components after VR training? And third, task load. How do mental, physical, and temporal demand differs between VR and traditional methods? We built a three-stage VR experience focused on piston connecting rod assembly. In the first part of this assembly, we'd have the tutorial bench, step-by-step guidance with highlighted parts. Then we have test bench, a memory challenge, placing parts without guidance. And at the end, we have the full engine station, putting together the entire engine segments that they assembled before. In this game, user will stand in the center of the room and have all the station around them. In each part of this station, they have some task to do, and accordingly, corresponding information will be presented. For example, in tutorial bench, they have some parts and also additional information regarding that parts that will be provided to them to help them learning what they should do in there. Also, we show them a physically assembled piston at the end, and also for the VR group, we show them the virtual parts. At the end of this study, we would like to compare the result of two groups. One of them is already learned inside VR, and the other one using traditional lectures that we show them just the assembled piston. In total, we had 22 participants, and we measured the experience using different kind of questionnaires and qualitative feedbacks, including NASA TLX, System Usability Scale, Web-based learning tool, and Game Engagement Questionnaire. Workload measurement revealed no significant differences in mental or physical demand. However, VR participants reported significantly lower temporal demand, meaning they didn't feel as rushed in their experience. On the flip side, VR showed slightly higher effort and frustration, likely due to the control learning curve and occasionally tracking hiccups. Both environments scored very well on system usability scale. Both groups comfortably above the usable benchmark of 68. On the web-based learning tool survey, VR outperformed lecture in perceived entertainment and engagement. Participants rated VR as better organized for self-paced work and more motivating overall. This suggests that the immersive game-like aspect of VR can sustain learner attention more effectively than static slides. Diving deeper, the game engagement questionnaire showed high enjoyment level and moderate realism. Interestingly, users didn't indicate a strong desire to replay the VR task, implying they were focused on accomplishing the learning goal rather than exploring for fun. To summarize, VR can reduce time pressure and boost engagement. However, we need a better onboarding, richer feedback, and expanding on the other assembly and way of the learning to improve the VR experience. And by blending VR and lecture, we can have recommended learning condition for the users. Thank you for your attention.